Hello, and what's up, guys? All right. Oh, okay, there we go. If you couldn't tell, I just woke up, maybe like 15 minutes ago. So yeah. Today we are doing a coding stream, and then we're going to play some Monster Hunter Wilds, and then we're going to play Stardew Valley. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, wait, hang on. I realized my mistake. There we go. I forgot to uncover my camera. Yeah. Anyways, let me start over. So, welcome to the stream, konbanwa. Today we're doing a little bit of a coding stream and a Monster Hunter Wild stream and Stardew Valley stream. So get ready for that. It's got very exciting stuff. Gonna do a bit of coding practice because I want to practice C# coding. Start from the beginning because I keep starting and then never finishing. So we're going to do this. Where's my authenticate app? Oh. Okay, approve. All right. I'm just setting up my account on learn.microsoft.com. I'm going to post it in the chat in case anyone else wants to join me in practicing some coding. Let me see here. Actually go to the real website so then I know what I'm talking about. Learn. Okay, there we go. So that's the link in the chat just in case anyone wants to learn some coding with me. Like I said, we're going to be doing some C#. And you don't really need to learn anything about know anything about computers to start coding. And here's why I know why. Because I work with a lot of other people who don't know really shit about computers, but they can code. So yeah, you should learn about how computers work and everything, but it's not entirely necessary to learn how to code. So, but it does make you look stupid to your coworkers if you don't know the basics about computers, but you're also a coder, everything. So, just a fair warning. Okay, I set up my account there. Turn down the audio just a little bit here. Is it? Hang on. Let's see. Hey, is my model not moving again? Damn it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I need to turn down the sensitivity for this thing again. Hang on. What is with my camera? Okay. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I'm gonna have to redo my entire model to like get it to work with this camera properly and not be weird and glitchy. Okay. Nope. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, and if you notice, I like updated my background just a little bit. I gotta upscale the resolution for my background. Because like this is a 1080p version of the background. Oh, Jesus Christ, why is it still doing that? Goddamn. Chill out, man. I increased the lighting just a little bit more so then it doesn't out as much. I get to be dark in here, but I can't because this camera doesn't have its own light. Then makes me look weird. Okay. Turn off studio mode so then I can actually see my own model a little bit better. Hang on. Does it show in the chatting section? Okay, yeah, it does. Checking if my chat showed in the chatting section. I couldn't remember if it did or didn't. Okay, let's switch it over to the gameplay mode. I'm doing this on my other computer. Then it doesn't take up so much screen real estate. Okay, so gonna start doing part 1. This is actually let me post this link in the chat here. Well, Raphael, make me sign in. Okay, this is what I'm doing right now. Hey, on my character, did you give me a blade of Athena? What? What are you talking about? No, I don't think so. Hang on. Let me check. Let me look at it again. Yeah, I don't think I did. I didn't give you any weapon. Why do you ask? Got a fucking blade behind him on that computer screen behind you? Wait, hang on. Let me remove my model. Well, actually, no, I can look at it on my computer. Hang on. Oh, no, that's a tail. No, that's a tail. Hang on. Move my model. Yeah, that's a tail. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can increase size for just a second. Yeah. Tail. Yeah, no blade. Sorry, man. I was like, what is he talking about? And now I remember I never sent you guys the actual artwork and stuff, partially because it's not fully finished yet. I plan on updating it a little bit more. Well, now I want to play through all the God of War games. What? That's a crazy transition. Okay, C#. The C# programming language allows you to build many types of applications, like business applications to capture, analyze, process data, dynamic web applications that can be accessed from a web browser, games both 2D and 3D, which is what we plan on doing eventually, financial and scientific applications, cloud-based applications, and mobile applications. But how do you begin to write an application? Applications are all made up of tiny lines of code that work together to achieve a task. By far, the best way to learn how to code is to write code. It's encouraged that you write code alongside the exercises in this module and the others in this learning path. Writing code yourself in each exercise, solving small coding challenges will accelerate your learning. You'll also begin learning small foundational concepts and build on them with continual practice and exploration. In this module, you will write your first lines of code, use 2 different techniques to print a message as output, diagnose errors when code is incorrect, identify C# syntax elements like operators, classes, and methods. Okay, so in this exercise, it gives you like your own .NET editor. But I think it will be good to install VS Code onto this computer just temporarily till all my change computers and everything, just as a small little walkthrough. So here we're going to search up VS Code. This is usually what I use for coding. This is actually how I code, what I use to code the chat. Everything, so we're going to go ahead and download for Windows here. All right, and here we go. Make sure you sell your soul to Microsoft. Create desktop icon, install. And it'll just take a few moments and stuff. In the video, I'm gonna have to blur that part, a few parts out and stuff. But launch Visual Studio Code. So yeah, this is Visual Studio Code right here. Then we're gonna install some extensions for C#. Let's see. We'll also install some for Python because that's also what I use. So like install Python here, install C, C++ there. And then we'll also install some HTML. Which one's the current one? Okay. HTML, CSS support. Oh, actually, hang on. No. I gotta look at which extensions actually work here. Let's... Thinking like this is just IntelliSense, really. So, like just a coding assistant kind of thing. C#, C# dev kit. I'm just going to sign in here. And I'm going to authenticate myself. Always set up two-factor authentication, even if it's annoying. Just further protect yourself. They're going to install .NET. Okay, I was wondering where the progress bar was for .NET installation, so it's going to take a few moments. If you have any questions about what we've done so far, I know I went a little bit fast. That's only because I'm only going to do this really for an hour. But yeah, ask any questions at any time. I wonder if there's a Unity thing. Unity. Yeah. I needed this anyways. I can do some modding. This is down here. This little space. This is the term. This is well, this is terminal right here. But here we have basically our output, and it'll tell us all sorts of things like error messages or what we wanted to have output on screen. But yeah, Unity is the engine that you can make video games in, 3D and 2D games. So it's pretty cool. I don't know too much about Unity, but I plan on learning it, and I'll probably learn it on stream. Oh, that's why it was taking so long. Okay, yeah. I didn't see that at first. It was asking me for permission. No, it's not my first time coding, but I want to learn C#, because it's what I see most people use to develop games similar to Pokemon. Then see a lot of people who use Unity, and Unity works with C#. It's mainly why. But mainly just for learning purposes, really. But thanks for joining the stream and everything. Are you a coder? Yeah, JS? Okay, nice. I did a little bit of JavaScript just to make the chat UI for my stream on Twitch. I haven't integrated it into YouTube yet, so that's why you don't see your chats coming up on the screen there. I'm not super good at coding yet. I'm still getting practice in it, but like, you know. So I just kind of do it in my spare time, really. Yeah, see, that's what one of my mods posted up there. On the screen. That's the chat UI I made. So made it similar to Persona 5. Using SVG files and then a bit of HTML and CSS and JavaScript to control the sizing and everything, because I found that easier than playing around with CSS. Should have a link to the Twitch in my description for YouTube, so if you want to join that and everything, feel free to do so, or you can stay on YouTube since you're able to replay that. Yeah. But this, I was just setting up VS Code, just showcasing that a little bit. I'm mainly going to play around in the .NET editor here. What do you like most, front end or back end? I'd say, I think I like back end more, just because like I can do a whole lot more. It's a lot easier to mess around in the back end than it is front end, but my creative side, I can't give that up, so I do like playing around with front end, but I think I mainly want to focus on back end for the most part. Okay, enter this code exactly as it appears in .NET editor on the right. So console. Fine. Oh, and I missed an E. Console. I have absolutely no idea what any of that means. So, basically, looking for a job, any tips? Right now, I work, service desk level IT and everything. Pretty much, mainly just apply to like as many jobs as you can on LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Indeed. I've looked into junior programming jobs myself, but I haven't seen too many, I'll be honest with you. I would say like, and then the ones that I have seen, it's like requirements for like senior level devs and everything. But one thing is that I'm not sure where you are in your coding career, but like, this is the advice that my professors in the past have given me, is to make sure you have a GitHub, participate in like any sort of coding challenges. Well, let me start over. Okay, make sure you have a GitHub, start writing a bunch of code, make small level applications and post it to your GitHub, so then you have a good portfolio. Then after that, well, not really after that, you can do this in any order, but participate in like coding challenges online. You could probably do what I'm doing, basically like stream yourself coding or record videos of yourself coding to add to your portfolio. Post all this stuff on LinkedIn, like everything that you're doing. Get some certifications in coding. Any free I feel like there are a lot of free certifications when it comes to coding, or at the very least, like you can go on like, you know, what I'm doing now, Microsoft Learn, and then you can get like a small certificate and post that on your LinkedIn. That is also a good benefit. But yeah, it's after that, it's really just like as long as you have a way to showcase a lot of your skills, it's pretty much just apply to as many places as you can. If you want to go the route that I'm currently taking, because I want to get into cybersecurity, ideally. The route that I'm taking is basically, after graduating college, is start off at a service desk level job. So then like I have like, you know, experience in the field of like information technology, because that certainly helps. I have about 7 years of experience when it comes to IT. and like 3 to 4 years of experience when it comes to cybersecurity. I'm still learning though. So I wouldn't say I'm any sort of professional in terms of cybersecurity. I will say I'm a professional in like basic service desk level IT support, like desktop support and software support and everything like that. But my plan is like have all this experience on my resume, because when you're like at the foundation basically of IT, which is the service desk, you basically touch every single division of IT possible. So like you interact with the app development teams, you interact with cybersecurity teams, you interact with the server administration teams, you interact with everybody at the service desk level, and you learn the basics of like computers in general, which I think is crucial because there are way too many app developers who don't know anything about computers. Like their Wi-Fi on their computer turns off and they don't know what else to do, and that's kind of disappointing in my eyes. Even though, because like the simple solution is just to turn the Wi-Fi back on, and it's like, how do you not know? But anyways, I digress. Yeah, it's honestly right now job market's pretty slim. It has been for quite a while. I've been looking for a cybersecurity job myself for quite some time, but like all the job postings are like pretty high level job postings and everything like that. But yeah, mainly just keep trying to apply as much as possible, learn as much as you can, and have a way to showcase what you can do and everything, either through certifications, posting things on your GitHub, or like just making small programs or being a part of big programming projects and everything. If you're into gaming, I definitely recommend getting into the modding community, because that will certainly help you stand out a lot as well if you want to go to more of a game development route. But yeah, so console.writeLine, gonna read a little bit here. You should see an explanation. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to run this, and what it should output is hello world down at the bottom here. I didn't do it perfectly, because there was supposed to be an exclamation mark here. Yeah, console.writeLine, parentheses, quotation marks, hello world. Basically, this is a string here. Anything in quotations is usually a string, but that's not entirely accurate. So let's see here. Okay, so our output was hello world. This explains what you do if you see an error message. So say I didn't have the semicolon here, then I clicked on run. It will give you an error here. It'll tell you at line 1 there was an error. And sometimes, depending on the type of error, it'll tell you what was wrong. In this instance, we forgot a quotation mark, and that's what it expected, but it wasn't there. So, yeah. And now, if we add that quotation mark back, then you get run. If we were to remove that dot and then hit run, error, the name console writeLine does not exist in current context. That basically means you made a tad bit of a misspelling on line 1 here, or you forgot to input something important here. So in this case, like console writeLine, that doesn't exist. You're supposed to put console.writeLine. I'd say a lot of coding is about memorization for certain things and then problem solving when it comes to others. So here, this is console.writeLine. So C# is case sensitive when it comes to its commands. here. So as you can see here, there's a lowercase c instead of an uppercase c. Because there is a, basically just how it describes here, you'll get this following error message. The name console does not exist in current context. First part, 1.1, indicates the line and column where the error occurred, but what does the error message mean? C# is a case-sensitive language, meaning that the C# compiler considers the words console and console at, well, lowercase console with lowercase c and console with an uppercase c as different words, like cat and dog. Sometimes the error message can be a bit misleading. You'll need to understand the true reason why an error exists, and that comes through learning more about C# syntax. Similarly, if you use single quotation marks to sound the literal string hello world, like so, it would say too many characters in literal. Again, in line 1, character 19 points to the interrupt. You can use the message as a clue as you investigate the problem. But what does the error message mean? What exactly is a character literal? Later, you'll learn more about literals of various data types, including character literals. For now, be careful when you're entering code. Fortunately, the errors are never permanent. You merely spot the error, fix it, and then rerun your code. If you get an error when you ran your code, take a moment to look at it closely, examine each character, and make sure you entered this line of code exactly. Hopefully, I forgot to say this earlier, but hopefully, I guess that gave you some sort of an idea of how to search for jobs in IT in general. If you haven't done any of that yourself already, if you're in school, they usually like have a class on this sorts of thing. I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention too much into that class because it was boring and I kind of already knew this sort of stuff anyways. It seemed like a waste of a class, honestly. It would have been better if it was just like a single seminar, or like a seminar you can pop into and like, but not really a requirement, I should say. Like that's the main thing. It's something that shouldn't be a requirement, but is. But are you currently in college or like looking for a job? Oh, you're doing your master's. Awesome. Master's is really tough. I stopped at my bachelor's. Because I was like, I don't want to do school anymore. I'll be real. I just kind of wanted to get into like the workforce really, and then learn as I go along there. You'll get through it, pal. I applaud anyone trying to get their masters and everything. For me, it wasn't entirely necessary because I was going to mainly focus more so on certifications rather than trying to get my masters. That, and I didn't want anything super high level. I just kind of wanted to go into like either security operations center or penetration testing. Same, bro. I'm done with this shit. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Entering lowercase lowercase letters instead of capitalizing C in console, or the letters W or L in right line. These are common programmer mistakes. Entering a comma instead of a period between console and right line, which I showed a little bit earlier. Forgetting how to use double quotation marks, or using single quotation marks to sound the phrase surround the phrase hello world. I mess up at talking a lot. In my real life, I am not used to talking, so sorry about that. I'm usually like the quietest person in real life. Like, you will not hear me talk unless it's about something I'm like genuinely interested in. Forgetting a semicolon at the end of the command, which is something I had showed a little bit earlier. Each of these mistakes prevents your code from compiling successfully. Code Editor highlights pre-compilation errors to help you easily identify and correct mistakes as you develop your code. You can think of it like a spell checker that helps you fix grammar or spelling mistakes in a document. Assuming you were successful in the previous steps, let's continue. Okay, so modify your code that you wrote. So that's prefixed code comment using 2 forward slashes. But yeah, that's why you're a coder. Yeah, honestly. So basically the 2 backslashes basically turns your code into a comment, so it's basically ignored by the compiler, so to speak, and everything. Comments are very useful at for like information. This is something that my professor stressed a lot, is to comment all the time. Comment what your code does, so then the next developer that comes in to maybe take your place, or like needs to modify your code, they understand what's going on without having to read absolutely every line. That and documentation, if especially if you don't plan on commenting out what your code does, have thorough documentation of everything that your code does, which would be like .readme files and everything like that on GitHub. Yeah. How far are you into your masters though, if you don't mind me asking? You create a comment by prefixing line code with 2 forward slashes. This prefix instructs the compiler to ignore all the instructions on that line. Code comments are helpful when you're not ready to delete the code yet, but you want to ignore it for now. You can also use comments to add messages to yourself and others who may later read the code, just as I was saying before, reminding you of what the code is doing, because honestly, that's my biggest struggle, is remembering what the fuck my code does. Like when I write different bits of code, it is certainly a struggle. Also, this is a side note, you can use ChatGPT to help you with your code, but don't solely depend on it like a crutch, because it does get a lot of things wrong and it can be very, very inefficient. So learn as much as you can on your own, and then, like, you know, like if there's something that you want to research, you can use ChatGPT, but make sure you follow up that research with other sources. Okay, so add new lines of code. So we're just going to add this here, console dot. See, this is the other thing where, like, you have a bit of IntelliSense here. Almost done. Congratulations. Got like what, maybe like a year, less than that left, or maybe 2 years. But yeah, this is IntelliSense working right now. So right line, basically it's an autofill feature. But I usually try to write it out myself, just to make sure I have certain things memorized. Oh wait, this is console.write, so yeah. Console.write. Relations. Half a year? Awesome, awesome. Congratulations. Or early congratulations, I should say. Just half a semester left. It's that last bit of a semester that you really want to get lazy too. Like that last half. You just kind of want to chill, get like that senioritis going. I know someone who is going for their doctorate or PhD or something, and they're doing AI and everything. Me, that couldn't be me. I'm going to be real, that could not be me. Like I can't do school for that long. It's like, no. Like I've been in school for like my whole life, and I'm like, once I was done, I was like, nah, screw this. I'm not going back. Well, maybe, but like I kind of enjoy learning on my own time at my own pace and everything, because school is a little bit too fast for me, and I feel like I don't learn as much if it's too fast. Okay, so here we did console.write, and we're going to run this. Congratulations, you wrote your first line of code, and it put everything on one line because we did console.write instead of console.write line. We put in console.write line, just put it at the congratulations portion. Run that. It'll put them on separate lines there, like so. So that's just a difference between console.write line, and here's the actual explanation. 3 new lines of code you added demonstrate the difference between the console.write line and console.write methods. Console.write line prints a message to the output console. At the end of the line, it adds a feed similar to pressing enter or return to create a new line. To print to the output console, but without adding a line at the end, you use the second technique, console.write line, parentheses. So the next call to console.write, why'd I say write line? This is how you learn coding. However, I prefer videos instead. I do enjoy videos, to a degree. Videos sometimes are I have to slow down my videos if I'm like really learning something that seems at least higher level than what I'm used to. But I also enjoy just listening to videos as well. Like, I don't know, like a lot of theoretical, like when like going over theoretical concepts, I like listening and then like imagining what it appears in my head and stuff, like close my eyes and just listen. When it comes to things like this, I kind of rather read it per se than watch a video on it. I might watch a couple of videos just to see like what the actual output would be and everything. And then work my way backwards at learning the process. But yeah, reading just tends to be a little bit easier for me. Console.write. So the next call to console.write prints another message on the same line. Update your code to match the following snippet. And that's actually what I just did. So update your code to match the following snippet, console.write line, congratulations, and then console.write. And we'll take out this console.write here, so then it's all aligned properly. Run. It's so boring though. Yeah, that's why I have music playing right now. Because like reading can get really boring. But I learned this back in middle school, like when I had to do like a huge summer reading assignment and then had to write a paper on that reading assignment. And the crazy part is, once I got done with that reading assignment and wrote the entire paper, I learned that the reading assignment was canceled like first day of class. I was so pissed. But anyways, I only got through reading the book because I had Final Fantasy 15 OST playing in the background as I was reading, because reading can be so boring if you're not interested in it. Or for me, it's not even that I'm not interested in it, it's because someone else told me to do it. I don't want to do it, or like I don't want to read because someone told me to read. When it comes to books specifically, that's my struggle with books. But yeah, now it says congratulations, you wrote your first line of code. As you can see, the space that was in front of you is not there, and these are on two separate lines. This code helps demonstrate the difference between two methods. A new line is appended by console.write line, and console.write prints the output on the current line. Congratulations, you wrote your first lines of code. So yeah. That was pretty much the basics of programming. So we're just going to read this over real fast, and then the first portion of the stream will be over, because I just wanted to spend an hour practicing coding and everything, just start off with. and then go over like what C# is, what is a programming language, all that and everything. And I thought going through the Microsoft Learn would be great. And I don't think I'm breaking any rules because all of this is free. So it's not like Microsoft is losing any money. I can just talk about it and then talk about like my own experience with coding and everything. Because in my college, I'm not sure how your college worked, but like they started us out on like learning Java, not JavaScript, but like just basic Java to start out with when it came to learning it. And learning it was really hard, but only because I learned Java like in a different way than what the professor I had was teaching. Like the way he explained it just didn't make sense. So I was like, screw the professor, I'm just going to do my own thing. And like I got an A in the class by just doing my own thing. It's just the way, like that's another reason why I knew school wasn't really for me. So after I graduated, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Is that a lot of professors have different methods of teaching, and most of their methods just don't work for me. So that, and I don't like feel rushed when it comes to doing things, which is also the reason why I'm not looking for a coding job and I'm looking for more of a cybersecurity / penetration testing job, because that's a little bit slower paced. Because like with penetration testing, like there's a huge reconnaissance step, so like you have to take your time with that sort of thing. Security Operations Center, like you have tools built for you, so like you can rapidly, like, you know, look into things and basically solve problems very quickly. But because the tools are built out for you and everything, it's like you don't really have to worry too much. You know, that's why I like cybersecurity. It's like there's a fast lane and then there's a slow lane, and I kind of like flip-flopping between the two. With programming, at least from what I hear from other developers and everything, it's like it's absolute hell when you work for a big company and like you have major deadlines and shit. Crazy stuff. I'd say if you want an easy coding job, I'm gonna be real, work for the government. Because the government's already pretty damn slow. So like you already know like everything else is pretty damn slow too. But anyways, programming languages like C# let you write instructions that want the computer to carry out. Each programming language has its own syntax, but after learning your first programming language and attempting to learn another one, you'll quickly realize that they all share many similar concepts. A programming language's job is to allow a human to express their intent in a human-readable and understandable way. The instructions you write in programming language are called source code or just code. Software developers write code. Also, if you don't mind me asking, what is your degree in? Is it like in sort of like, I guess, like web development, app development, robotics? What you got? What kind of job are you actually looking for? That'd be a better question. At this point, a developer can update and change code, but the computer can't understand the code. The code first must be compiled into a format that computer can understand. A special program called a compiler converts your source code into different format that the computer's central processing unit, CPU, can execute. When you use the green run button in the previous unit, the code you wrote was first compiled then executed. Why does code need to be compiled? Although most programming languages seem cryptic at first, they can be more easily understood by humans than the computer's preferred language. The CPU understands instructions that are expressed by turning thousands or millions of tiny switches either on or off. Compilers bridge these two worlds by translating your human-readable instructions into computer-understandable set of instructions. Okay, advanced computer science. Okay, looking for web development. Awesome. If you could work for any company at this point in time, what company would you work for, though? Okay, what is syntax? Rules of writing C# code is called syntax. Just like human languages have rules regarding pronunciation, punctuation and sentence structure, programming languages also have rules. Those rules define keywords and operators of C# and how they're put together to form programs. When you write code into the .NET editor, you have noticed subtle changes to the color of different words and symbols. Syntax highlighting is a helpful feature you'll begin to use to easily spot mistakes in your code that don't conform to the syntax rules of C#. Maybe any FANG corporation? FANG company? What's FANG? I haven't heard of that actually. FANG. Company meaning. Okay. Okay. Acronym: American-based technology giants Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't realize that was like an actual thing, company meaning. I didn't realize that was an actual thing. There's so many small, little, minute things that school does not teach you. But anyways, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, yeah, or any startup really. Awesome. Hope you get at least one of them and everything, because I imagine that they're certainly very interesting. Especially Google with what it's doing with Gemini, and then also, oh yeah. Although I will say, once they've implemented Gemini into Google, I swear Google searching has been so much worse. I don't use Google that often, but like I'll use it every once in a while. I'll mainly use like Brave or like DuckDuckGo as my search engine. But, like Google searching has been so much worse. Me personally, I want to do a bug bounty and like find an actual bug for like Apple, so then I can get like a shit ton of money and not have to worry about things, and then can just do whatever I want for a while. I'll still definitely do penetration testing, but like just not having to worry about money would be nice. When you wrote code into .NET editor, you may have noticed subtle changes in the words. Okay, yeah. I did read that already. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's focus on the following line of code you wrote. When you console.writeLine hello world. When you ran your code, you saw that the message hello world was printed to the output console. When the phrase is surrounded by double quotation marks in your C# code, it's called a literal string. In other words, you literally wanted the characters hello, HELLO, and so on to be sent to the output. The console part is called a class. Classes own methods. Or you could say that methods live inside of a class. To visit the method, you must know which class it is in. For now, think of a class as a way to represent an object. In this case, all of the methods that operate your output console are defined inside of the console class. There's also a dot or period that separates the class name console and the method name writeLine. Period is the member access operator. In other words, the dot is how you navigate from class to one of its methods. The writeLine part is called a method. You can always spot a method because it has a set of parentheses after it. Each method has one job. The writeLine method's job is to write a line of data to the output console. The data that is printed is sent between the opening and closing parentheses as an input parameter. Some methods need input parameters. While others don't. But if you want to invoke a method, you must always use parentheses after the method's name. Parentheses are known as method invocation operator. Finally, the semicolon is the end of the statement operator. Statement is a complete instructions of C#. Semicolon tells the compiler that you finish entering the command. Don't worry if all these ideas and terms don't make much sense. For now, all you need to remember is that if you want to print the message to the output console, use console.writeLine, to write your message here, capitalize console, write, and line. Use correct punctuation because it has a special role in C#. If you make a mistake, just spot it and fix it and rerun. Understand flow of execution. It's important to understand flow of execution. In other words, your code instructions were executed in order, one line at a time, until there were no more instructions to execute. Some instructions require the CPU to wait before it can continue. Other instructions can be used to change the flow of execution. Now let's test what you learned with a simple challenge, and if you get stuck, you'll be supplied with a solution. In the next unit, you'll get a chance to write some C# code on your own. Okay, so basically, console.writeLine prints the output on the new line. That's the difference between console write and console.writeLine. Well, actually, no. It appends a new line. That should be the right answer, right? Yep. It appends a new line. Yep. Okay. I almost got that wrong because I was like not paying attention. So yeah, console.writeLine appends a new line after the output. Yeah. And with that, we are done with our coding practice for today. Not entirely certain when I'll do another coding practice. I think I'll probably, if I do another one, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll be honest, I haven't fully made my schedule, but if you want to stay up to date on what my schedule looks like, or like what my streaming schedule looks like, or what I'm up to, feel free to follow me on X, and subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch. And you'll stay up to date on like everything that I do and everything that I post. So let me pull up my X real fast. Actually, it should be in my channel description. I'm going to post it in both chats here. You have a good one. I'm getting ready to play Monster Hunter Worlds and everything. If you want to stay for that, just refresh after this stream ends and everything. But yeah. Let's see here. Wanted to post that in both chats there. But glad you stayed for the coding portion of the stream. Hope to see you for the next one. Once I decide on when that will be. Like I said, follow me on X. And if you don't stay for the next stream, I hope you have a good night. Jane, matashita. Also learning Japanese, so yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put it into just chatting mode here. And then I think, yep, be right back.